It all began with simple posturing. China and Taiwan traded rhetoric daily, and the so-called politicians back in London broke the UK's 100-year promise to hand over Hong Kong once our lease expired. But then, economic failure. A solution to the crash seemed impossible to find as China and the USA sized each other up for a scrap. China moved first, launching an offensive on multiple fronts, aiming at Hong Kong, Taiwan, the South China Sea and the East China Sea. And as for the Russians, particularly hard hit by the economic crisis, they'd been forced to sell military hardware to the Chinese in order to keep their economy afloat. But as former Russian aircraft, tanks and warships were used in offensive actions against other sovereign nations, the Russians refused to continue selling their hardware to the Chinese. But rogue Russian agents continued to sell Russian military equipment to the Chinese illegally and in secret. And so Russia aligned with Nato in this bitter struggle against the Chinese, and they began cracking down heavily on the rogue elements of the military and government. I was part of the Nato liaison staff posted aboard the Russian Kilo Class Submarine Vyborg Bravo 260. And in our first mission, we were sent to track down a group of Chinese missile boats, hoping to disrupt the build-up of NATO and Russian warships in the East China Sea. Right, sonar, get to work finding out what those chaps are. Okay, get Sierra 1, let's see what it might be. Right, this could be our targets here. Huang Feng PTG is a missile boat, alright. Nippy little buggers, 42 knots. Sierra 2 is the same. Designate them both Huang Feng. Good thing is, they have no anti-submarine ordnance, according to this readout here. Sierra 2 is only 6.4 kiliyards away. It's crossing our bow. Come right to 186.
Come right to 186. Helm aye.
Tell you what, you Russian chaps have brilliant American accents. Tube 5, stand by. Fire Tube 5. Sierra 3 is another one. Another Huang Feng. Designate.
Sonar Sierra 3 is classified as escort.
Fire
control, weapon acquired.
They're going to outrun the torpedo. Maybe they won't. Their draft is too shallow. That's really frustrating. Come on. Good.
Contact Sierra 2. Last bearing 162. Contact breaking up.
Right. What, Tube 4? Tube 4, fire.
Aye, sir.
Come left to 068.
Come left to 068. Helm aye.
Enemy maritime patrol craft are dropping sonar buoys. Enemy ship is about to pass right over us. Torpedo from Tube 4 is coming up on the Chengdu. Chengdu is manoeuvring.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Weapon is active.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 14.
Taking over the wire. Chengdu destroyed. She's going down at the stern. Torpedo 1 has gone active. The enemy has not yet increased their speed.
Fire control. Weapon acquired.
Weapon has acquired. Get him in the stern, get him in the stern.
Sonar lost contact.
Good stuff. Sierra 1 is dead.
Last bearing 2.
Once we destroyed the missile boats, we received orders to intercept a Chinese invasion fleet setting sail from Qingdao, its destination, the Spratly Islands. We held station just northeast of Taiwan, barring their approach, whilst we received constant updates from reconnaissance aircraft of the enemy movements at sea. We were ready for them, we waited. Come up to 200 feet.
Make depth 200 feet, dive by.
Right, we don't know if this is our target here. We picked up a sonar contact. We weren't expecting to be in contact with the task force heading south from
Sonar, new
Qingdao.
contact bearing 225. Designated Sierra 1.
Okay, Sierra 1. What might you be? Sierra 1. Yeah, this may actually be our objective. It's a Chilikin transporter. Enemy has gone active. There's an enemy warship out there somewhere. We'll stop. Let's see exactly what we're up against here. So we have a Chilikin transporter, a Kara cruiser, a Yukon LST, and a Kangsha LST. There is another warship out there somewhere that we're not picking up yet because we're getting pinged from the northwest somewhere. I'm going to come right,
000. LI.
start patrolling northwards. Hopefully we'll pick up the other warship that's out there somewhere. Still not sure what else is out there, but I need to really start making a move. So, on that note, torpedo tube 2.
Aye, sir.
Normally in this situation I'd like to fire most of our weaponry all at once, try and shock the enemy, but it wouldn't answer in this case. There are too many ships out there that I haven't been able to detect yet. The Yukon does have anti-missile guns, but other than that, if I can hit one or two of their escorts, it will open up the transporter ships to my own missiles. Right, that Chilikin is approaching from the south. Not sure what it's doing. But we're going to fire on it.
Con sonar Sierra 1 is classified as merchant.
Okay. We misdesignated Sierra 1, so we'll call off that torpedo. Move towards the enemy shipping instead. A little bit dangerous bringing the torpedo around, looping around behind me. If the wire breaks, it will probably home in on our submarine, but I was hoping to loop it round to approach the neutral ship from the east, but it's obviously not an enemy ship, not a combatant, so we'll let them go about their business. Torpedo tube 2 has gone active. The enemy is starting to turn away. I'm standing by on the controls to take over the wire should the opportunity arise. Only got 1 minute left on this torpedo, so oh, they're not taking much evasive manoeuvres, are they? One enemy escort dead. There's another ship out there somewhere, Sierra 7. Okay, Tube 5 has gone active, and it's heading towards where the enemy ship may possibly be. I'm going to load Tube 5 with another missile, and I'm going to launch 2, and then another 2, and then we're going to dive again. Okay, so in the meantime, what I'm going to do, let go of the Moss.
Dive at 100 feet. Dive by.
Reload a torpedo in Tube 6. Okay, so we're at 100 feet. I should hopefully try and draw away some of the enemy air assets. Hopefully that Moss will draw the Chengdu south a bit. Otherwise it will intercept our missiles.
Torpedo room, tube 6 ready.
Okay, here we go. Right, so Tube 6 away. Tube 1 away.
Aye, sir.
I should have waited a bit longer probably. Never mind, eh? We hit the Luhu. Okay, we've taken out 2 of the enemy ships there. That's nice. Right, so Tube 5. Away you go. That maritime aircraft may have just seen that launch. Tube 6 active. Nice. Right, looks like we hit another one of the enemy transporters. Right, now we're down at depth. Let's reload torpedoes. 1 Moss. We'll hold on to the other missile for now. It would appear that an enemy helicopter may have dropped a torpedo. There's the Chengdu going down. As the neutral ship looks on in despair, realising it's stumbled into a war zone. Okay, Tube 1 has acquired.
Sonar, noisemaker bearing 290.
Here it goes. Oh, big mistake. They've turned inwards to try and cut in front of the torpedo. They really should have turned away and put maximum revs on.
Contact Sierra 6, last bearing 287. Contact breaking up.
were successful in our mission, and my Russian captain was rightfully proud of his men in their duty they had performed in destroying the Chinese invasion force. We received new orders on the downlink, and finally we were going after some rogue Russian forces transporting military hardware to the Chinese. My new Russian friends couldn't be happier. This was the whole reason they were here. This was the mission they'd been sent out here to do.